Yo. Welcome back to the Lum LaL show. I'm your host, Bilal Abbey.
And it's your boy, Pharaoh Lum.
This is another injection of introspection. You feel me?
Yeah.
So I just came back from a art show. I went to a couple art shows today. So I went to Corey's art show. Dope.
Yeah.
Shout out to Corey. Having his art. Appreciate it. Gave me and Imani like a walking tour of some of the pieces and really dove into the pieces. And I would say that as an artist, Corey, you're the only person that reminds me of Black excellent art without it being gimmicky. You know what I mean? Like, I think a lot of people try to copy a certain vibe, or they try to they try to give you either sexualize the Black body or make the Black body or the Black consciousness seem like king or queen. And it's like we lean on either or. It's either pain or Black excellence. And it's never more introspective than that. You know what I mean? And I feel like you come with a serious message, and you strip it of gimmick and give it like raw and abstract. And I appreciate that in the art.
I appreciate that perspective of it, man.
Yeah.
I try my best to be pure, bro.
Yeah.
To be pure. And I really don't do it for it to look good. I wanted people to think good. You know what I'm saying? Like, that to me is more important. I want to stay true. Actually, tell you the truth, I want to stay true to myself, and hopefully people can get that.
Yeah.
You know, from what I'm doing for me, because I really do it for me. And
right.
And I'm happy that it's appreciated.
Yeah.
You know, but that I try to just try to be pure about it, man. I don't want to do what anybody else is doing. I don't even
Facts.
care what anybody else is
It's
doing.
not.
You shouldn't care about what everybody else is doing.
It's not even art at this point. Like, it's hard if somebody's trying to talk to you about and give you some advice as an artist, and they're just like, yeah, you should do this. You should do this if you want your shit to get out there, and you just be like, yo, but I don't want to do that. I'm cool off doing that.
And that's a bigger problem. Like, so I'm gonna go back to the art gallery thing because I wanted to start with a topic, but I do want to say this: people think that in all areas of art, we're talking about traditional painting, audio recordings, we're talking about anything, cooking, anything to do with art. People think a hit is the highlight of art. Yeah. Like, when I was watching the Cancel Court, right? It's a comedy show where they put people against each other.
That's my shit.
Right. They had the Drake versus Kendrick Cancel Court. And it was just interesting to me because Jay-Z said something that has tricked people because it was a hotline. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't.
Numbers definitely lie.
We've been saying this for years. Numbers
we've been saying
are
that
the
for so
biggest
long.
liars
Yeah, we've been saying that
in the universe.
Yeah, I swear to God, we've been saying that for 10 years, yo.
Numbers
lie. That's an old conversation for us. Numbers be fucking lying.
Are you
boy.
because and one of their points was that, and not to get into the Kendrick versus Drake, we're really talking about the value of art.
Yeah.
Is the value of art what Erykah Badu says is what does she call it? She calls it something resonance. She calls it basically it's the art's ability to resonate with you. I think she calls it symmetric resonance.
Soul resonance.
Something. No, it starts with an S.
I like that.
I like symmetric resonance. I know that's not what she said, but we're gonna rock with that.
Yeah.
Symmetric resonance meaning it mirrors you as you mirror it, right? And how it speaks to the true essence of you, right? The true. And when art speaks to you, the thing is, it's talking to your I might butcher this word, epigenetic code, right? The code of our body that represents the memories and experiences of our ancestors. That is factual science. That's not some shit I just made up, right? We know for a fact that DNA can store information. We know for a fact that DNA you can actually take gigabytes, hundreds of thousands of millions of gigabytes of information and download it into real DNA and then re-upload it. Like, that study has been done. So what I'm saying is when you see art, it's not just speaking to what happened to you in this lifetime. It's speaking to some shit that's you might not even know that you've experienced, right? Yeah. And all that to say, R is a hit record more important. Or hit, you're famous, and so people was arguing oh, Drake got all the hits, he got hits, and to me as a person that makes music, I can honestly say I've never made music to make a hit. Even the music I'm making right now, I know will never be on a chart because the sound of it is too experimental. It's too outside of the club, but it's what I like.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be in a place in which I am chasing hit records because hip hop has, the way we've treated hip hop, the way hip hop, the industry has been done, has confused us to think that hit records are actually important. Hit records are only important to the people that are trying to make money off the artist.
Yeah. Especially in our genre, because like I said, this isn't pop, this is rock, this is a rock and roll, this is the beating on the lunch table, this is the head to head, this is the shit we be talking about. This we had the quote we just put out from the last pod, like hip hop is about competition. Like whenever somebody starts to use record sales and shit, and not to disrespect anybody, but I'm not gonna let a nigga on this planet tell me that Flow Rider is better than Jadakiss.
And he got more hits than Jada.
Way more. I'm not gonna let a nigga on this planet tell me that Pitbull
he got more hits than Lil Wayne
is better than Tech Nine. I'm not gonna let a nigga on this planet tell me that. Yeah, he do.
Pitbull.
Yeah.
Pitbull
Mr. 305.
Pitbull was Bad Bunny before Bad Bunny.
Pitbull got 100 million worldwide. Like, I'm not. Don't get me started on my Pitbull rant. I'm just gonna chill.
So are you saying that that's better? Oh, I shouldn't say. And art is subjective, but are you saying to me that he's a better rapper than any of those people?
Than Wayne, than Crit, than
Kendrick?
Shit, maybe than Nas. He might have sold more than Nas. I ain't even gonna lie, because he got all them commercial records, and it was not like Nas was never a commercial darling.
You know
to be frank, we're older now, so a lot of people come to appreciate Nas in a better way, like that he deserves to be appreciated. But if you were listening to Nas in real time, you'll know that Nas wasn't like the commercial darling for everybody.
Yeah.
That was the big thing on Nas back in the day. Oh, he trying to kick knowledge. That was his shit. That was the jab. Oh, this nigga always talking about some shit. He picking bad beats. I don't know what he talking about. I remember in the 90s, people around me being older saying shit like that. That's why when Ether came out and he said the shit he said to Jay-Z, it was so damn shocking. Because it was like, oh, Nas called him a what?
Yeah,
he's a what? So,
now, granted, there is a such thing as a bad beat and bad approach to music, bad delivery, bad wordplay.
Yeah.
There's all these things,
absolutely.
But like a hit record, because like here's a great example. If you go to a kickback, and the vibes is vibey, and you ask for the aux, and you only play top 40, you playing straight hits. They're straight hits, top 40. Niggas gonna be like, bro, like
pass the aux.
Pass the fucking aux.
Nigga with some soul in there. There's some seasoning. There's some seasoning in that crowd.
What are you doing?
Niggas gonna be like, pass the aux. And I do feel like, I understand how, like, cause me and B, we've always been competitive rappers. And I understand how that competitive nature, at least with me, like it used to fuck my way of picking beats up, because I wouldn't hear a beat and I wouldn't listen to the beat for like, oh, they're going to vibe for this, or they're going to vibe with this, or yo, this is going to play here and there. I would see it as a challenge. So in my mind, I'm not hearing a weak ass beat. I'm hearing a challenge.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Like, yo, I can make this beat hard.
So I'm going in and I'm like, oh, I can rap on this. Yeah, nigga, but should you? Should you be trying to rap on this shit? Yeah. And that's why I attacked every beat. And in my mind, if I couldn't rap on it, the beat beat me. When literally, I should have just been like, next.
That's hard, right?
Next.
No.
Next,
I don't think you should have been like next, only because what you did was build a skill set and a perseverance in your talent that other people didn't. Because they was only looking for dope beats.
Yeah.
Like, think about Kendrick's Rigor Mortis record.
Yeah.
That beat to me is hard.
Hard.
But if you hear that beat without Kendrick, without context, I think a lot of people will be like, "This is cool, but I don't know."
Yeah, no one's gonna attack it like him. No one hears that beat without that song existing and goes on there like, and this is rigor mortis, and this gorgeous when you die. I got the mortis and the apex and the morphs in my mind.
Like,
like, no one's doing that. I was like, when I first heard that,
like, come on, like, you not. That's what I'm saying though. Like,
yeah, I listened to that song with a screw face because this nigga
what's
told
more
me
important,
hit
records?
The truth. I'm like,
hit records are the shit that makes you excited.
You never get that from a nigga who's constantly searching for a hit record.
No.
You never get a fucking rigor mortis.
In fact, you get bad music. You get bad music more frequently from someone chasing hit records than you do from people making music that resonates with them.
Yeah. When you get a good artist who turns into that old artist and starts chasing a hit record, you might get the worst.
You get the worst
music of their fucking life.
The worst music of their entire life.
The worst music of their life. And it's just like, man, this is crazy to me. And some people might like it because it kind of sound mainstream. And there's some people who live in the mainstream. Like whenever Flow Rider drop, move your club records. The white girls was going to run the club. Flow Rider's going, they up for the whole summer when Flow Rider drop. Yeah. And they going to buy it. So it's just like, it's cool and everything. But like when we talking about craft, like this nigga is literally rapping about outfits the white girls like to wear and drinks the white girls like to drink and places the white girls like to be. So that's just his thing, and it's cool. Flo Rida he's getting money, Mr. You know what I'm saying? I was about to say Pitbull, Mr. 305. Everybody, Mr. 305. All the Florida guys, they just getting money. But my whole thing is like, I hate, like, bro, don't sit there and tell me like why Flo Rida better than MF Doom.
Don't do that,
because then I'm going to want to fight.
But if you were talking about hit records, then you make that argument.
Yeah, he's smashing it. You talking about hit records?
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but that's why hit records to me is not a measuring tool for the quality at the very least of hip hop.
Yeah, at least not in hip hop.
It can be.
So when you guys started, like I think I know when I started, that's what I started for.
Yeah.
That got me to the house, but that got me to the door, but it didn't keep me in the house.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Was there a transition that happened? Did you start off like, you know what? Like I always see somebody I idolize, and it was like, you know, I want to do that. You know what I mean? I want to make a hit like that. 'Cause that's a lot of times how I got started.
Yeah.
So you never. That wasn't like
We
never even started. Like
no, we always just kind of, at least with me and him, from what I know, like from with me and
I was putting that on y'all.
Yeah.
That's how I started. But you know what I'm saying?
No, but we always just kind of just really created. Like we never really was like, all right, if we decided to make a song about something. But there's plenty of times we said, yo, we're gonna make a song about this or a song about that. But I don't think any of us, even like when we're deep talking, shout my homie Lux, he just had a baby.
Shout out Lux.
Surprised me, you know what I'm saying?
Lux,
surprised me, shout out to Lux. But yeah, even from
call me, nigga.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, hit me for real. Cause we gotta talk. Cause niggas,
we gotta talk.
Y'all niggas some sneaking babies on me. I said, oh,
hey.
That's what's up. But yeah, even from back
All
in the day,
Drake.
like our little right, our little. He's gonna be
say no. He gonna be weak when he hear that.
Yo, but even from back when we had our writing camps and shit, we used to always be together. None of us ever like, all right, we gonna make a hit. We gonna make this a hit. Sometimes we make a song and we say, oh, this sound like a hit to us, you know what I mean? Or we think this is going to be a hit, or we can see this playing here and there, but I don't think we ever subconsciously went in to make a hit. Like, I never really did that unless I was writing for somebody else and they told me that that's what they want. In those instances, that's what we did. Like, Kev's wrote for a lot of people, so obviously when you're writing for somebody else, the goal is to write a hit. But when he's making music for himself, I can even say from writing with him, it's like, yo, he's writing music just off of what he wants to write music about. Yeah. So it's like, I feel like you can naturally make one, I guess, if you go at that point. But I know we do have a lot of manufactured hits, though. You know what I mean? So, you know, Bodak Yellow was a genius manufactured hit off of No Flockin'. No Flockin' was my shit, but it was never going to be that hit. But there's a hit in there. It's one of them songs that I would hear, and I'm like, ooh, that's tough. There's definitely a hit in there. And it takes a genius to be able to go in there and like, all right, I'm going to get it out. You know what I mean? I'm going to get this hit out. A writer had to go take pieces, parts, put that together for her. And, that, you know, she had to perform it, bring everything home. Because that could easily be, because people will make a big deal about people having writers and shit. But I can tell you straight up from being in a studio with hundreds of people that everybody just can't go in there and perform everything how she did. Mm-hmm. Like, you could have a dozen other girls in there and that song ain't the same. Mm-hmm. Same lyrics, same beat, same everything. Mm-hmm. So, like, there's something to be said for people who know how to perform. Even though I do, you know, I'm going to put everybody in there. You writing your shit, you always will be top tier. Mm-hmm. Feel me? There's a difference between those Kanye's and Kendrick's. People who are known to have big camps of lyricists around them and are hit makers and music geniuses on their own. But Kanye's had 4 or 5 pens around him since he came into the game. And there's nothing wrong with that. But, you know, he doesn't write a lot of his own shit. Like, when I found out Rhymefest wrote Jesus Walks, I hurt my feelings.
Yeah, but I will say Kanye's arrangement.
His arrangement is unmatched.
If you get the Rhymefest version, it's not Jesus.
It's not
Walks.
that.
It's not Jesus.
And don't get me wrong. Like, listen. I know, like,
it is, but it's not. It's not the hit.
And when you listen to, there's other songs I found out about too. I don't want to go on a he wrote this type thing, but like Consequence, 88 Keys, Common. That can be one of the greatest rap groups of all time.
When you hear them on his old music, you can hear how they influence his style.
Listen to
for sure,
bro.
You know what I mean? Consequence, 88 Keys, and Rhymefest. Like if they were forced into one nigga, like the flow would be Kanye. Yeah. For sure.
And you have to, certain songs, like when you really listen, you just can't, like certain songs I hear, I instantly know somebody else wrote it. Like I knew Travis Scott wrote All Day by Kanye West. The first 15 seconds I heard the song. Because I listen to Travis Scott and Kanye don't rap like that ever. So it's like, okay, you want to go get in your bag. And that's smooth, like that you have all those people, but he gave him a song that he was able to perform. Even when you hear shit like All Falls Down and that intro, that old Kanye intro on whatever album was, where he had the older black man singing that, woo, 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 I'm good, even better than I was the last time, baby. Like that, you hear that Consequence, 88 Keys influence on that, you know what I mean? But they were, you know, that nucleus helped make him for real. And I feel like that's why he's one of the biggest artists in the world, because you have one of the best composers ever, one of the best producers ever, and he's smart enough to know I'm elite at this, but I might not be elite at this. So let me get some niggas that's elite at this, because I'm elite at this, and we gonna make some of the best music of all time for real. You know what I mean?
And well, kind of like segueing, like speaking of art, there was another art show we just went to today. We went to Wavy Wednesday's art show.
Yeah, big fan of Wavy Wednesday. Shout out to Wavy Wednesday.
Where I think it's called "Where's Your Christ From?"
Yeah, I've been peeping that online.
Yeah, and it really centers women, black women, and everything about them in her art. You know, in the art collection, in the entire piece, it really just resonates with black women being able to be unapologetic and existing. You know what I mean? But there's some pieces in there I really was vibing with, and it made me think while I was walking around the gallery and thinking about it. What does it actually mean to protect black women? And it's speaking from a black men's perspective. Like, I'm not really talking about nobody else. What does it mean to protect black women, like in society and then like at home? Like, what does that mean for real? Like, I know what I think it means, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like that's a tough one. I mean, I feel like we all assume that I feel like when you want to do that, you may assume that you're walking around with that intention on. But I feel like if you put it into action, you know what I mean? I feel like it's tough to explain. I feel like I walk around with that intention, you know what I mean? Like I said, I got 5 sisters raised by a single mom, you know what I mean? And I feel like protecting black women is usually, for me, a lot of the times, from what I see just on the situations I put in everyday basis, is usually, to be honest, like you said, protecting their right to exist even, because I feel like existence is always in threat to a point that you really don't realize when you're just a man living in a man's world and a man's mind frame until you really start and you get a woman's perspective. And I don't mean just talking to a chick one time. I mean actually being with a woman every day in a working way. You know what I mean? Where you actually friends. Like, I had the benefit of being around some very intelligent women that I just happen to be friends with. So I feel like, there's a lot of, you don't really realize how much existence is threatened, how much black women's just existence in spaces are threatened, and like not even threatened, just challenged all the time. You know what I mean? Opinions just challenged all the time. The aggression that black women get on a daily basis just challenged all the time. You know what I mean? Like, I know just from, me and him know just from our experiences, just from dealing with women like back in the day, like just the stories, we laugh about the stories that you hear when you date women about niggas. And like, I would hear stories about niggas all the time from when I was a kid. And I would sometimes, as a kid, I'm not even going to hold you. And then not like early 12, 13, 14 talking to girls, I'm like, man, she probably lying. But after a while, the stories start sounding more consistent. You know what I mean? They start sounding more consistent. It's like, damn, every girl I talked to couldn't have been lying about, X, Y, and Z. So I don't know. To me, I say protecting black women. To me, I feel like the best thing that I can do off rip is to make sure that everything around me, I want to contribute to a safe environment for black women at the end of the day. Like, I can't reach out and protect every black woman that is in the world, you know what I mean? Even speaking up to an extent, if I'm speaking up online, you feel like you're protecting, but am I really protecting her in that moment? That's a gesture for me too, but I feel like just being able to maintain a safe environment around yourself, an environment where black women feel safe and they know they can be and exist and there's no pressure to do anything or be anything or not say anything. I feel like that's the most important thing, when it comes to protecting black women, because ain't nobody gonna feel protected around you if they don't feel safe around you in general. And I feel like, just like we do the man-bear thing with everything online, a real issue is that a lot of women don't really feel safe with us for whatever reason.
Man-bear thing.
Where, I'm trying to think of the right thing. There's like a meme going around about somebody in the comments going to correct me. A woman smarter than me is going to correct me. Like about a man and a bear, and it's just like I think I didn't really get the gist of it, but I think it's like, I feel so unsafe with a lot of these men. You might as well just go with the bear. It's like, am I going with the man or go with the bear? And it's like, I'll just go with the bear. So when I seen that gesture going around, it's like I felt that though, because I know a lot of women just naturally have come up not feeling safe. You know what I mean? Around men. And I feel like that's a hard question to answer in one thing, but I feel like the first step a lot of us can make is making sure, like, are you the type of person that black women feel safe around? Do you contribute to that type of environment? If that environment is going somewhere else, are you the type of nigga that's going to step in and bring it back to a safe environment? Mm-hmm. Are you going to confront somebody to make sure it's in a safe environment? Because not everybody's going to do that. You know what I mean? Some motherfuckers want to be popular with their friends. Some people don't really want to say some shit if you see some messed up shit going on. You know what I mean? So I think it's more so the main thing that I can think of off rip is just making sure that you contribute to a safe environment and you're not a fucking danger. Don't be a bear. You know what I mean?
I think for me, it boils down to, like you said, making sure that you are the safe environment for sure. Because you can't do nothing for nobody else that you don't have going on for yourself.
Yeah,
you really can't. And it reminds me, and I'm also like a physical person, so I can't help but to think about the physicality of it. And I'm reminded of two moments. The one in particular, when which we were driving down Boulevard of Allies, and and I was literally, I felt like I was fresh off an argument with the girl I was dating at the time, low key. We was coming from somewhere. It was me, you, and her in a car. And there was 3 black girls walking down the street, and there was this drunk ass white dude that was just following them, and you can just tell from afar, like he's on their heels for real, and they just on some like trying to get away from me, and we rode past, and I just stopped.
No, but you skipped the part. They literally said, "Can y'all help us,
please?
He's following us. Can y'all help us?"
Yeah.
Like they literally asked for help. Swear to God,
I don't even remember that.
Yeah,
I remember we got out the fucking car, and we were just like, "Yo, what the fuck? Like what you doing, nigga?"
Yeah.
He's like, I was like, walk the other fucking way, nigga. Yeah. Walk. We was on this nigga's ass.
Yeah.
Nigga, walk the other way. And then this nigga was just like, oh, all right, and then started going the opposite way. And we kind of stood there for a little bit as the girls walked to their dorm. As the nigga walked the other way. It was some drunk white dude.
Yeah, I remember that.
It was just on some like
pull over, and it's like,
yeah.
I hated that situation. I was so mad.
To me, that's what that comes in mind when I think about it, but also providing a safe space. But I also feel like providing a safe space is something that comes with seeing what a safe space is. I think the bigger issue that we kind of have when it comes to like the conversation of protecting black women is that there has not been for a lot of boys mentorship, male mentorship, black men mentorship that shows them what it means to protect themselves or black women.
And that's the huge thing that people forget. I feel like I said, we talked about this before on the pod, I'm sure, but a lot of times we had these conversations where, unfortunately, a lot of us are raised in single parent households, single mom households. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people have that's like Bilal was saying before. Like a lot of people have the mentality where if you raised by how you raised by a single black woman and you don't respect women. But like when Bilal said, which I felt like hit the nail on the head, number one, our moms ain't human to us. Even if we do respect women, we're not looking at our moms how we looking at women. And I would say, at least from my upbringing, I know everybody's upbringing is a little bit, but my intangibles when it comes to respecting women come from my dad, not my mom.
And so
my
dad
dad was the one who beat that into me. My dad was the one, not literally, but just like, yo, boy, you need to be respecting women. I feel like I said, your mom loves you so much that your mom will say things in the midst of you talking to you that will sound disrespectful to women. My mom...
Not sound
would have told me, my mom, man, if a little girl would have hit me, my mom would have been like, yo, she dumb enough to hit you, she dumb enough to get hit back. And I know about a dozen black moms that's going to repeat that. Today, 20 years ago, 20 years from now. Like, a lot of them are. My dad, I made a joke about, I told everybody, I made a joke about hitting a girl one time. My dad was picking me up from school. I was like, yeah, this girl hit me. He's like, yeah, next time, I was like in second grade. I said I was going to slam her or something. He pulled the car over. I was in second grade. He took his seatbelt off, turned the car off. He turned around and proceeded to tell me why that was wrong, what would happen if he ever heard in the street from anybody that I ever, in any time in my life, put my hands on a woman. Like, if it ever heard that in my life, how bad it would be for me. It would be bad.
And you see what I'm saying? Like, that's not happening for a lot of people.
It's not.
And it is not even just that. Like, let's get down to the nitty gritty of black male mentorship.
Yeah.
Most black male mentorship is based upon the conversation of staying out of the streets.
Yeah.
And it don't really go past that.
Yeah, it's not. You're right. It's not based on anything else.
It's like, yo, stay out the streets. Like, you know, figure out what your talent is. Get a good job. Or focus on school. Or do this and like this. Like, we focus so much on trying to get our young men out of the streets.
Yeah.
Here's a problem with that. Here's a problem with that conversation, because that conversation is actually a dumb conversation. The reason why it's a dumb conversation is because manifestation works like this. You need to speak to, become, or I'm gonna put it like this. Some of my business mentors, I went to a conference past weekend, and they told me about there's 3 things. There's a lot of things to talk about, but 3 things in particular. Be, do, have. You have to become your vision by doing the work of that vision that you have of yourself so you can have the vision. Right? You have to become it through the work before you can have it.
Yeah.
So that means if you want to be the best artist in your area, or let's say you want to be an artist that has work at the Met Gala, that's your goal. What you shouldn't be doing is focusing on like, hey, I can't be a bad artist. I can't be inconsistent. I can't be that. I can't be this. I can't be that. No. Like, you focusing too much on the shit that you can't be, motherfucker.
Yeah.
So you gonna be that. You need to focus on what. And so when we talk to our black males, our black men, or young black men, we talk about don't do this, don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't make this mistake. I made that mistake. Don't make this. Don't.
Yeah.
And what the problem is that we never talking to them about what they are or what they should be. For example, there's a black guy came up to me at the conference. He dropped some knowledge on me, but I realized he was not interested in what type of man I was more than he was interested in me not settling for a woman that didn't do for me. And what I'm saying is like that's an interesting conversation because instead of saying, yo, you need to find a woman that's gonna do X, Y, and Z and X, Y, Z, Z, Y, X, and you know me and you don't personally have that problem, but at the same time, if you want to find a woman that do this, and that for you, I need to ask you this, brother. How are you reading every day?
Yeah.
Are you what's your morning look like? Are you lazy to get out of bed? Are you working out, bro? Like, are you like what's something new you've learned in the last 30 days about your financial health?
Yeah.
Because you talking about, oh, you need these type of people in your life, but what are you doing to cultivate yourself, right? What do have? And so the black male mentorship, and I'm saying that, I'm not saying that arbitrarily. I'm saying that because I was a young black male. I've interacted with older black men. I'm still, to a lot of people, young, interacting with older black men and interacting with younger black men. And I realized that the gap in conversation is about what y'all shouldn't be doing. I seen a boy walk through the hallway the other day, and he had like this fruit cup or something from the lunch and just threw it on the floor. And I was like, why would you do that? And he was like, there wasn't no garbage there. And honestly, I swear to God, I couldn't interact with him past that point because I wanted to punch him in his chest. I couldn't say anything to him. And I'm not saying that because like, oh, I wanted to harm a child. I'm saying I felt like he was my little brother.
Yeah.
I felt like he was my child, my little brother. And I was so angry that not at him, I was so angry at the situation that he really thought that was okay.
Yeah.
And someone gave him that.
Somebody gave him that idea.
Somewhere along the way.
Yeah, you can't be mad. You can't even be mad at it. I told you, it's crazy. I ended up on accident mentoring two young homies. They both, it's crazy. They don't know each other. They both getting ready to graduate high school and both going to Duquesne University. Ain't that crazy? They have no clue. They don't know each other at all. I met one in my route going to work, usually through downtown. Me and him got in a conversation. Another one at the gym. And I told him, I'd be giving them a little advice, you know what I mean, stuff here and there, just talking about girls and stuff like that. And one thing I basically told them was just like, yo, be patient with yourself and allow yourself the room to grow. You know what I mean? Like, high school was not everything. Because the one, like I said, I don't want to say names and everything, but the one, he'll be talking to me about little issues he'll have with girls and how he'll be dealing with certain girls in his high school and stuff like that. And, he's getting ready. It's a big, I feel like not a weight, but a responsibility to say right things to him because this is a big time in his life. Like his mom's kind of like a little bit helicopterish, so he can ready to go to college. This is the first time he's stepping out on his own. First time he's going to be in a place alone where he can interact with girls. But I told him like, bro, you got a lot going for you, bro. You know what I mean? You smooth, you dress nice, you play the guitar. I told him first day on campus, go play the guitar for a little bit. You'll meet somebody.
Facts.
You'll meet somebody. Everybody ain't playing the guitar.
We called it a promenade at Clark, but go out to the little, you know what I mean? Get your Ed Sheeran on, man.
But you need little advice like that. I told him to go out, first day on campus, go out when everybody walk around trying to find their way, play the guitar. Pick a day during the week, go play that guitar. Cause he, you know what I'm saying, he's a little bit nervous. I got a homie who, like I said, was a little bit nervous going through school. But some people don't really know. He get attention from girls, he doesn't know how to handle it. So it's just like, I told him to go play the guitar a little bit. You know what I'm saying, don't feel attached to whoever you were in high school. I know sometimes our identities and who we are in high school amongst our peers, we put that as a brand on our DNA for the rest of your life. But, you know, stuff changed in an instant, man. You know what I mean? I got people who was lame in my high school who's getting bags now. I got girls who would give me the time of day who's in my inbox, not seeing any light at all. People gone, people rich, people dead, people in jail, people married, people having kids, people move on after this. So don't like your life. I told them, like, your life is just starting. So even if you go in there and and the important thing is, honestly, I'm like, make sure you have fun and make sure you're going to school for something that you want to do. Don't let nobody pressure you into something. I told them I work with X amount of people right now that all got degrees in different things, and the thing they doing ain't degrees not in that. Mm-hmm. So, you know, I definitely feel like that mentorship is important. Even the effort to want to do it, you know what I mean? That's why I always reach out, because I had a lot of people that reach out and mentor me. Like I said, I had my dad, but, you know what I mean? I was a little bit more in the streets than my dad. Like, my dad wasn't the one I could go to tell me, yo, nigga, you can't be looking high if you smoking. Stupid. And what you mean? Nigga, if you smoking, don't come in here looking high. My dad is going to tell me why the hell you smoking. I needed to, you know what I'm saying, OG who's a little bit more in the street. Listen, nigga, let me pull you to the side and tell you why this is stupid. Like, but, you know, it made some sense. I remember, rest his soul, got my boy Chap, one of my dad, good friend of my dad and my uncle. I got a cousin who was running away from school, we're 13. He had a Nick Cannon school year. You know, Nick Cannon Love Don't Cost a Thing when he was the lamest dude in the school, and then Christina Milian came and he was the man. My cousin lived that verbatim in real life. Like, he was getting bullied by a lot of people in the school. He literally started dressing super different with the baddest girl in the school at the time in middle school. Like, literally went from people talking shit on him to walking up to him, hey, how's it going? Hey, like, literally, we watched it. Like, I ate off it a little bit too. You know what I mean? I seen it. I ate a little bit. I was walking behind, you know what I mean? I ate a little bit too. Like, at that point in time,
too. Yeah, that's my cuz.
You know what I mean? Like, she went crazy. You know what I'm saying? He went crazy a little bit. Like, she took his V card, gave him popularity, helped him get some shit. So, yeah, he gonna run away from home. He running. It's time to run away from home. And I remember we had an old head. Yeah, we had an old head who wanted to come, and it's something that we needed. And to a lot of people, this sound inappropriate, but this is what two little black boys in the hood need to hear. We're walking away. He grabs Tay's arm. He said, yo, listen here, nigga. Just because that girl giving you a little bit of pussy, that ain't no reason to go run away from home. You need to be listening to your parents and focusing on school. Now, remember that? Remember I told you that. And he pulled us. It was in middle school. Is it inappropriate by anybody? Absolutely. Was it exactly what we needed to hear? And him trying to look out, trying to keep some kids focused on something? Absolutely. Thank God for that lesson. At that time, you know my little stupid ass thought? Oh, he hating when you tell you hating. He hating. Because you know why? That's why I try to be patient, because just speaking for myself, kids be stupid. Like, I was stupid. I try to be patient with the stupid. Remember that I had the stupid at one point in time. It took me to be a little older. Like, damn, we needed to hear that. Even he was telling me, like, yo, we needed to hear that, because, like, you be gone. It was the first time you ever got some attention.
That's real shit.
You know what I mean? First time, I'm saying everything. Like, she changed the perspective of how everything's going through school. But even stuff like that. Like, if you're young and you watching this, I would just say, like, if you in middle school or high school, you happen to be watching this, you know. That doesn't really last forever. Whoever you are in those places,
it don't last forever.
It don't last forever. Right. Whoever you are in those places can be flipped in an instant when you go. You know what I mean?
I held on to that way too long. That was great advice, man. Don't hold on to that identity.
Yeah, don't hold on to that. You're not that like.
That ain't you.
Yeah, you're not that. No one's ever as cool or as lame or as whatever you think you are in your it's high school, bro. Yeah. All that spin bin, you know what I'm saying? Like that comes around. You got to be. Like I said, that comes around. There'll come that time that guy or that girl that was talking shit or saying whatever to you, whether you a man or woman watching this, is going to come that time where that person who was stunting on you is going to spin bin.
For sure.
You know, the tables will turn.
But that also, like, boils down to, like, what is mentorship? Like, mentorship, we often think of as, like, someone that's giving you advice.
Yeah.
And I think that is incorrect. And our thinking, and the reason why is because people don't learn from advice.
Yeah.
People learn from observing actions.
Yeah.
And people learn from experience.
Yeah.
I think that the only two teachers in life really come through observation and perception.
I think that's 100. I think that's 100% true. Just quick before I let you get back, because even that lesson I said that my dad told me, it don't work if I don't see him, if I don't see it in action with his life.
Exactly.
It don't work. It don't work. You telling me that and then going around being disrespectful to women, the shit do not stick. It takes for you to say some shit like that and then live it, and for me to be like, oh, this is how you living. Okay, you're actually living like that too. Okay, I understand now. So yeah, I agree. Like,
and that's why the generation, because we be like, oh, everybody love to say the next generation is just because these kids today, like let's cut it out. Yeah. Let's cut it out. Yeah. Shit been fucked up for a grip.
Ain't shit new.
You know, don't you know all those older church folks walking around with MLK when fucking UEP when UEP was fucking I don't know, maybe 7 years old, 8 years old, even up to 14, was talking about them kids. They don't listen. Them kids. They don't understand. Them kids. They don't understand how things work. Them. You know what I mean? Yeah. It was always them kids.
I'm pretty sure. I'm willing to bet on it. I don't know for sure, but I'm willing to bet. Rosa Parks was probably one. Not even Rosa Parks. Harriet Tubman, guarantee she's one of them kids. Why we gotta do that? Them kids, them goddamn kids, they don't know how to listen. They don't know what's going on. Sometimes them kids don't know how to listen is the ones who's really gonna shake some shit up the way you shake
facts.
It up. You know
what I mean? Like, but that's the thing is where it's like, but we also gotta understand that the kids learn from what you do. Yeah. And so
not what you say.
And so when a lot of people be like, oh, these millennials think that they can just not have a job. Like, why are you so proud of a job? Yeah. Jobs are nothing to be proud of. Yeah. They're really not. Okay, when you subscribe to a system in which you have to spend hours of your life doing a task that is not integral, relevant to sustaining life, to get some piece of paper so you can then purchase things that have to do with sustaining your life. If that's really... I mean, we're all, not all of us, but a lot of us are a part of that. But if you really subscribe to that and believe that that's right, then you'll be excited about a job. Yeah. You'll be excited about a job because a job means that you can now earn money and you can now pay for things. And you're like, yeah, I got a job, but I work hard at my job. But they don't realize that jobs are a fucking scam. Yeah. Jobs are a scam. Yeah. You can see that jobs are a scam because the only system in the world that has got jobs down to a fucking T and perfected jobs in its society is the kingdoms of ants and bees. Ants and bees have perfected jobs. Yeah. Motherfuckers live and die in a role. They rotate roles, they play their role, they have no purpose outside of their job. When they can't perform their job, everybody else kills them. And then feeds them to the rest of the motherfuckers doing their job. Yeah. Is that how we're meant to operate?
No, yeah, we're not meant to operate.
We're not built for jobs, my nigga.
We're not built for jobs.
And that's not saying we're not built for work. Yeah. We're built for work, for progress, for expansion. Yeah. Does any of that exist in a job? Only thing that exists in a job is the work part. There's no progress. You're not really going anywhere. And somebody's like, well, I got a promotion. Okay, they gave you $3,000 more on your overall salary, which equals out to $57 a check. Congratulations. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then it's like, okay, expansion? Is there room for expansion? I mean, we always like to tell ourselves these stories of a motherfucker that went from mopping the floors at McDonald's to owning a McDonald's. You know how long it takes to be profitable on a McDonald's you own? Yeah. Like 5 years. And what I'm saying is like, we be celebrating the wrong shit. Yeah. We be celebrating on the wrong shit. Yeah. Like, so these new kids. We need to
celebrate the innovators, man.
These new kids that are like, fuck jobs, they understand. Yeah. They're saying, fuck jobs, I want to invent something. I want to be the first one to do some shit.
I literally just had this conversation. I was talking to I was just talking to Vic about this, just having a conversation about the difference. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, just with all due respect, talking about the situation to Stephen A's, and I was trying to explain to him why this other shit that's going on, like Pat McAfee shit and Cam and them shit, is a lot more. It's different. I'm like, he's like, so you don't think so? You really like their shit a lot better? I said, I do like their shit better than Stephen A shit now, because what you gotta understand is Stephen A is groundbreaking as he is, probably the most popular, most successful, definitely black sportscaster of all time at this point. There's a lot of people that people will pick over them. You know what I mean? Stu Scott for one. A lot of people gonna throw Stu Scott out there. I love Stu Scott too. But like, Stephen A is an employee.
He's proud of it too.
He is the biggest employee. Mm-hmm. But there's a big difference between how he came to ESPN and how Pat McAfee came to ESPN. And I was explaining to Vic, I'm like, he called Caitlin Clark a white bitch on TV.
Who?
Pat McAfee.
Damn.
You know why though? You know why he can do that? I know what everybody's easy answer is going to be because he's white. And wrong answer. Let's get your fucking business acumen up there. He can do that because he came as a contractor. He can do that because they called him. He didn't call them. Me coming to somebody for a job interview and asking to work somewhere is a lot different from them calling me and begging me to come on because they need me. He's there because they need him, because he is what's next and what's going on now. There's a lot of what's next and what's going on now, not just him, even with Cam and them. People wonder why I was talking to my boy Hurt. Oh, damn. He's like, you think what Cam and them did on CNN was a bad look? Hell no. Hell no. Cameron been the same way since he was young. And you know what he did with his show? In his show, him and Mace made sure they made a show where they were going to be themselves. You know what I'm saying? Where they were going to be themselves. You know what I mean? They did a show where they were going to be themselves. That's the only thing. So to me, it's like you got to be willing to be like an innovator and really take them risks. You can either take the job, you know what I mean, or you could be an innovator. I feel like even if we're not, you know, if you have a good job and you're proud of that,
yeah,
more power to you. But we definitely need to celebrate the people who's innovating, because like people talk about Pat McAfee getting all this because he's white. Yo, there's going to be a black show that's going to be able to command that type of shit with ESPN because he came and kicked the door down like that. Mm-hmm. That was the first time Disney had to acquiesce with somebody who honestly is kind of ghetto. You know what I mean? For the most part, for real. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I definitely need that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So like I feel like I said, that's going to open up the door for a lot more people to come through because he did that. Because Disney usually ain't having a person that's going to be on there randomly talking about, like, Pat McAfee had a whole section talking about why turtles are racist. And it was hilarious. It was basically like there's all these videos, because there's these videos on YouTube where it'll show like a white shoe and a turtle will be okay. Like, okay, cool. And when they take it off and it's really black, the turtle will just start headbutting it. Yeah, he was just on there for 45 minutes. These racist turtles! These goddamn racist turtles! We gotta stop them! We gotta stop them! Patman Jones is on there cracking up. It's just like, yo, when you have a show like that, like people who push the envelope, that should be celebrated. Yeah. Cameron had O.J. Simpson as a weekly commentator on his show. Do you understand what that means? They don't even. O.J. Simpson is like the 5th all-time leading rusher. They don't even want to say his name on sports networks. Niggas be breaking records. They don't even say the name. When Christian McCaffrey has a new season rushing record. Okay, who? Say his name. Who usually they be like, he passed up so-and-so. So for him to do that and force the issue and still be able to have his show as popular as he is, and eventually probably will get a bid from one of these networks, I feel like that shit's groundbreaking. You got to give credit to the people who's not scared to make that first crack at it. Yo, I'm going to be me. I'm going to be me. You know what I'm saying? Because
really hearing y'all talk about that, man. It's like we talk about these kids don't want to work. Yeah. They just don't want a job.
They don't want a job because there's no value in. Okay, so another thing I heard, another thing that struck out to me. It's not even stuff that I heard, because I don't really talk about stuff that I hear. I talk about stuff that resonates and I understand, and it immediately opens up my perspective. It shifted something in my perspective. And in psychology, they say, changing your schema or adding something to your schema, right? Like you have this set of thought processes and understandings that might be infiltrated, changed, or they might have to integrate something new, right? So he said that he was talking about the difference between opportunity and a guarantee. Jobs are a guarantee. They guarantee that if you do a certain amount of hours, you get a certain amount of money. Yeah. They guarantee that there is a certain type of work that you'll be doing to earn that money. But they don't offer any opportunity. Yeah. So opportunity is a spectrum. Opportunity means that this can go terrible or this can be amazing. Yeah. Right? There is no guarantee in opportunity. And there is no opportunity in a guarantee. Yeah. And that they can't coexist. You can't have there's no such thing as a job opportunity. Yeah. There is a job guarantee. Yeah. Is it guaranteed that you will get the job? No. But if you do get the job, you take the job because you know exactly what the next 5 years is going to look like at this job. Yeah. In fact, when you get a job, they tell you how much they're going to give you every year as a raise or not.
Risk versus reward.
So when you get the job, you know for the life of the job, granted a big promotion doesn't happen, you know for the life of the job how much you'll make for the rest of your life upon getting that job.
Yeah.
If y'all give me a 3% raise every year, then I can calculate that my $1,000 is going to go up, this 3%. So I'll get $30 more every year, and I know when I'm 52, like that's a guarantee. There's no opportunity.
It's
in
safe.
That.
Yeah, risk versus reward. It's zero risk when you get a job. Only risk you have is losing the job and having to find another one. It's definitely because risk versus reward. You take the risk of taking an opportunity when you have your own business or you decide to strike out on your own, and there's risk with that. There's no guarantee, but the reward for that shit,
the opportunity
can be big. The opportunity you have is for a huge reward. You also have a huge, but when you sign up for a job, you get a new job. It is a trade. I'm trading you for a service. There's not no risk there. This is a fair trade. I'm trading you a service for a wage.
So, and with that said, right, let's jump back into that black male mentorship. We try to steer our kids towards guarantees.
Yeah.
We try to convince them to leave the opportunity of the streets for a guarantee. That's a logical fallacy. We need to provide them with an alternative opportunity. Because when you're trying to tell someone, and some people will leave the opportunity for the guarantee because of the lack of safety in the opportunity. Yeah. And I don't mean risk. I mean like life, death, jail.
Safety.
You know what I mean? Real safety.
Yeah.
But the problem is that we're not, number one, doing the other thing that would attract them. Like, there's not enough people doing it. There are, as of 6 years ago, I think, there were 105,000, right?
Yeah.
Black millionaires in America. 105,000 black millionaires.
Sheesh.
Only 5,000 of them were in entertainment. That means that only potentially 5,000 of them were visible.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Only 5,000 of them were readily available to be seen, viewed, heard, and admired.
Yeah.
The other 100,000 of them had nothing to do with entertainment. Not even a behind the scenes job.
Yeah. And let's be frank, out of those 5,000 people that are in entertainment, let's just being generous. There's probably only about 300 that the common person knows of.
Facts.
Being generous.
Facts. And so the crazy part about that is that our kids, people talk about representation. Representation is important, and it is representation. But representation, I feel like, is too much of a boiled down version of what it really is. I think what it really is that they are not able to learn from people who have done alternative opportunities frequently enough.
Yeah.
They're seeing too much. Like, even the people that tell them to stay in school be a motherfucker that didn't go to school.
Yeah.
The people that tell them to stay in school be somebody that, like, smoke weed with their dad, and that's fine. You can smoke weed, but like, they do shit visibly that make the kid feel like, well, I can do that because you doing it. Like, a lot of my kids come to me and complain about other people in their life, whether it's a parent or a coach. Yeah. And the first thing they talk about is, whether they say this word or not, that parent or coach or the person or adult that they're complaining about is a hypocrite. That's what they complain about. That's what all kids complain about when it comes to adults. Yeah. It's not. It's all about their hypocrisy. Yeah. That's what they complain about.
Yeah, that's true.
Because the adult has said something and done something else. Yeah. And then expected the kid to do something different than what the fuck they're doing. Yeah. No, that's what kids have. That's the one complaint that all kids have about the adults in their life is their hypocrisy.
No, it's tough. I ain't gonna lie. Like I said, I love my mom to death. I definitely grew up in a household. It was a do as I say, not as I do household, and it don't work. I do a lot as my mom do now. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of things that she probably didn't want me to do that I probably did end up doing or trying or certain stuff. But you gotta have that. You know what I mean? Because I definitely seen that a lot with my dad. Like, my dad would stand on something, she would tell me something, and then his actions would follow that. Yeah. So there's no question in it. He'd be like, "Yo, I'm standing on this. You shouldn't be doing that." And I would wait, because like I said, my dad from the same hood as me. So I've had every old head come and tell me every story about my dad, good, bad, or whatever, but I've never heard nothing too bad. I've never heard my dad being drunk. I've never heard about him disrespecting a woman. Heard him beating a few niggas up who probably deserved it. You know what I mean? Certain things like that. But like, literally, like, when you stand, it's hard, but I'll give him credit, because I feel like it's inhuman to have that type of I'ma stand on it. Like my dad's not a regular, you know what I'm saying? My dad's completely sober like my whole life. I never seen him chug a beer, never seen him high, never seen him under the influence of anything. I can count the times on one hand the times I seen him eat pizza. So there's a different kind of discipline with him. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? I feel like I feel like he's like Michael Jordan of discipline sometimes.
That's the first step.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's why he's always been largely, you know what I'm saying, successful in a lot of ways, financially, popularity wise, whatever you try to do. That's why he's well off. I feel like it's his discipline. He's always had immense discipline, more discipline than people around him.
I think that's the first step, and really, so to kind of like bring it all together, like we was talking about protecting black women, and we talked about why protecting black women has been falling short, and it's really falling short because black male mentorship is not really focused on expansion. It's just focused on trying to get the lowest hanging fruit, you know what I mean, and get out the hood by grabbing on the lowest hanging fruit. And that could be an entry point for a lot of people, but that shouldn't be the destination.
No, you're definitely right. It don't always got to be, you're definitely right. It can be an entry point, and not saying the lowest hanging fruit don't need help, but like I said, I'm mentoring a young dude right now. He's not exactly in peril. He's getting ready to start college.
Right.
There's two of them. They both want to start college, but they need advice too. They need
that. They need that. And we leave those
guidance.
ones out to hang because we feel like, they don't need nothing. They start in college, they're on the right track.
Yeah.
Let me tell you how going to college is not equal to right track.
Yeah.
Going to college is an opportunity. And like we said, opportunity is a spectrum. Yeah. There's nothing guaranteed about college. The only thing that's guaranteed is you're going to pay some money.
For a fact.
That's the only thing that is guaranteed about college. You're going to pay some money. Yeah. It's an opportunity. Why is it an opportunity? Because you get access to resources, and your results is based upon how you interact with those resources, how you use them, how you vet them, if you even tap into them. That is why college is an opportunity. But the reason why I say college is far from the right track is because if you're going to college, and this is my personal opinion, I can't say that this is factual. This is my personal opinion. I think that if you're going to college for a business degree, you're making a mistake. And the reason why I think that you're making a mistake is because all the successful business men and women that I've known in my life have never gone to college for business. I've literally spent the weekend with 10 to 20 millionaires. And you know what none of them had? A business degree.
Yeah.
You know what some of them didn't have? A degree at all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've gone to college with 2 times many business majors and people that get degrees. You know what most of them don't have?
Yeah.
A business.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me.
Yeah, and it takes somebody, but like you want to actually have that honest conversation. A lot of people won't say that out loud. Like when they're like, "Yo, I've been to people, I've met people who didn't go to school at all, and they have X amount." And you gotta look at them like, "So you didn't go to school at all, and you have X amount." And I know usually it makes people like, "Damn, I went, and I got this, and I don't got this. How the fuck did you?" I would be thinking that. There's a lot of people I think that about too. People who have less education than me did ran it up because I feel like after high school education, just probably was polar opposites because I feel like what I'm saying, you went on and had a different way different experience than me. Like I went to the art institute where I learned a lot from the teachers and the artists. I've seen some of probably the best artists I've ever seen in my life there. But if you haven't heard, Joe Biden just went online and told everybody, just went on live on the news and told everybody.
We get to the point where our president might be on live.
Yeah, he might be on live soon. So if Trump wins, we know damn sure we coming back to our president being on live.
Bro, if Trump wins, this nigga getting on IG Live.
IG Live every
talking
day.
About, I might just release a stimulus.
Yeah. Who knows? Who knows? I might. Who knows?
If I do, it'll be huge.
It'll be huge.
Like,
I can promise you that. But yeah,
but
Bad went on there to talk about the art institute was a scam. We apologized. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I've been paying on loans, and then the Department of Education called me like, yeah, we're removing. And I note from this scam that was approved by the U.S. government where they allowed them to make me take loans out and shit. I've been paying this on my credit since I've been in school. So I just now got the announcement about me getting the money back that I paid. You know what I mean? And I'm taking it off my credit. So yeah, if you went to the Art Institute and you don't know, Department of Education, you better give them a call, give them a ring. They owe you. They owe you something.
Shit's
yeah,
naive.
they owe you. Yeah, if you went, they owe you. And you
thirsty.
paid, you need it back. But like I said, an experience like that kind of turned me off. Like, all right, if I am going to go somewhere else, I got to think carefully about it. But this has been the first time in like more than a decade where I'm not going to have any any major things on, you know what I'm saying? I got perfect credit, but not no major blaring 4-figure debts on my shit because my student loans are going. And now it's like, damn, do I go back for something? You know what I'm saying? Do I? Because like I said, you think about that aspect of it. It'll have to be something that, like for me to go back to school, it'd have to be attached more to an opportunity and not a guarantee. Mm-hmm. If I went back to school, it'd have to be like, yo, I'll give you opportunity. You have opportunity to run this or do something if you go back and get this degree. I don't think I'm at the point in my life where I could go back for a guarantee, where I'm gonna go stay in for a year and some change for a guarantee. Or maybe I am. Maybe I ain't seeing the right guarantee.
I think school. I think a person should only go to school to learn a specific skill.
Yeah.
Now, if you are going to school because you want a specific job, you're thinking about it wrong. Yeah. You're thinking about it wrong because you need to be going to school to learn a specific skill. So, like, when we're talking about black male mentorship, I think one of the things is that our kids and our young ladies, you know, we were talking specifically about young males because young males play a large part in what it means to protect black women.
Yeah.
But our kids need to have, or they need to be being taught that do things for the acquisition of a skill, and not so you can get a job.
Yeah.
Because the reason why you need a skill is because a skill is the only boat that will float on any body of water.
Yeah.
A skill is the only boat that'll float on any body of water. You know what I mean? I don't care how hard times are or how hard times are not. You can rely on the skill.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If a motherfucker can cook, they can sell plates. They can feed their family. They can, they can get a job if they want. Yeah. Or they can be the job. You know what I mean? They can create an empire. They can create a restaurant. They can create a business out of it. Yeah. If a motherfucker can weld, they can go and work for the county. Yeah. Or they can be an artist and weld shit. Yeah. A skill can take you into every nook and cranny of your house. Yeah. A skill is like a master key. Yeah. You know what I mean? But if you're going to get a job, you got to understand that job is just one room in the house. Yeah. And you don't have access to the other rooms. You got a key to this door and this door only. But if you're thinking about the skill of it, like if you say, okay, I want to be you want to be an IT person, you want to be a software engineer, or do you want to learn the skill of learning the language of computers? Because if you want to learn the skill of learning the language of computers, you're unlimited. And now you're thinking about what can I do with my skill rather than how do I get this job? Yeah. Because getting a job means meeting bare minimum requirements. Yeah. It doesn't mean that you really master the skill. You know what I mean? So I think that. Yeah. But that's
and a lot of times for a lot of them jobs you get degrees for, they're going to go with the more skilled person anyway.
Type shit. A job. Let's talk about Google. Let's talk about Google, right? You're fresh out of CMU. You got all this shit going on. 22, 21, 22, maybe 23 years old. You got all these, you got your degree, you got your certifications for this and that. You know what I mean? You look hot. You look hot on paper. Yeah. There's another person your age. Didn't go to college. Didn't go to CMU. Didn't go to MIT. Didn't go to none of the techie colleges. But they have created their own new version of the blockchain. Yeah. And they want to sell the rights to Google. Yep. Who the fuck you think Google gonna go with?
Yeah.
They don't get that damn blockchain.
Skill, babe.
They're like, oh, you are skilled.
Skilled.
And you can add a almost a unfathomable amount of value to us. Yeah. And this other person, they have the degree. I know they can do the basics. They probably can do more than the basics. But they haven't done anything yet. Yeah. Do I want to invest in this person that's raw and empty? Or do I want to invest in a person who is coming to the situation with a high amount of value?
Yeah, and skill.
You know what I mean?
Of course you do.
I mean, because I think it breaks it down to two things. You either know what to think or you know how to think.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you go to school, a lot of times they teach you what to think, but you acquire the skill. Yeah. You know what I mean? I think you're able to utilize information to make it do something that it's maybe not usually supposed to do. Yeah. Which is like how to think. You know how to think. I think schools teach you what to think.
Yeah. Like
life teaches you how to think. So you got both of those
life.
things.
like you said, life teaches you how to think. I've held jobs that I've seen people come in with degrees for that they got turned down. I was smaller degree, trade degrees, but I was a president I was a head of marketing for Wine Spot. I was a cook. Both times I've seen people come in with graphic design degrees and get turned down for a job that I held just because my portfolio was better than dudes. She told me there was somebody there who was a student. He just got out, but end of the day, like I'm here with mock-ups. I got what I'm going to do for this. I got posters. I got I got every little thing you could do in a business. I went and made that up, and I went and got their logo and put it on there myself. I already came in with Dreadnought Wine stuff here. Stuff I worked on just to show y'all. So when you got that experience, I was a cook. I learned from a super skilled cook, Paul. Shout out my guy Paul. He watches the pod all the time. Still cool, Paul.
Shout out Paul.
Older guy. You know what I'm saying? Paul was one who originally taught me how to cook when I was working at Dunning's Bar and Grill. You know what I mean? And he gave me that skill that I still have to this day. And I feel like when it comes down to it, when I really want to throw down in the kitchen, I can cooking a lot of different stuff. I've seen people come in with culinary, you know what I'm saying, coming from art. I used to tell people all the time, do not go to school for culinary unless you're trying to move to Vegas or New York and work in a specific restaurant or some shit like that. Because it's not going to help you when there's 9 burgers on this grill that are different temperatures, and they all different. One's med rare, one's well done. One got ketchup, pickles. Now I got 2 different orders. I got something sizzling. All that's not going to help you in these trenches. I used to tell everybody, for real, it's not going to help you. It won't help you. None of them degrees, none of the way you squirting that sauce on that plate. Listen, nigga, I got 9 burgers, about 4 chickens. You know what I'm saying? I need coming out. I need you to go get some salad. It's about organization. Can your brain multitask at a level like that? You know what I mean? Because that's what I see.
And you know what? The people who are the best at anything are the people who grew up doing it.
Yeah.
The people who are the most mediocre at anything are the people who spent 4 years learning it.
Yeah. Speaking of that, you see Deontay Wilder get knocked out?
Yo, that was the thing.
Yikes.
Yeah.
And I think Deontay Wilder, didn't he start boxing because his daughter was sick or something?
Yeah, he started boxing real late, like 18 or some shit, 19.
Oh, that's not real late.
Well, for Floyd, not only they all started like 5, 6. So it's not real.
One of the greatest heavyweight champions in the world started at 16.
Well, yeah, true. But yeah, that's
like,
him.
That's not too late.
No, but he's generational though. It's kind of like, for instance,
is he?
Yeah, he's
Tyson?
Yeah, he's generational.
Oh no, you mean generational talent?
Generational talent.
I think, but wait though.
Like for instance,
let's talk about that real quick. I'm controversial. Okay. I don't think that Tyson's a generational talent. I think that Tyson is what happens when you have someone that's extremely coachable with a great coach.
No, I think athletics and strength wise. Here's what I mean. My generational talent.
Think about how he talks. Listen,
No. Here's what I mean though. Tyson's like, for instance, Tyson is similar to Deontay Wilder in a lot of ways. He's a way more skilled boxer, and he actually learned his craft, which made him a way more dominant champion for a long amount of time. But also, Tyson is a once in a generation athlete. Certain people are not that. Tyson had the ability to start late. Certain niggas don't got that ability. If you LeBron James, you might be able to start hooping at 15. If you Steph Curry, you cannot. You need to be with Del Curry every day when he's in the NBA to get that skill from the time that you were 5 years old to turn you into a systematic monster. You are not a generational athlete. LeBron James, Andrew Wiggins, niggas who jump 40 feet without trying are generational athletes. Mike Tyson was knocking people out at 12 before he ever stepped in a boxing ring from his friend's perspective. So like that type of skill, even though you're right. Even though he learned, he was highly skilled. It's like that shit. Deontay Wilder has a generational right hand, and that made him not want to learn his craft.
Descamato picked him because he saw that he had raw talent.
Because D'Amato was a legend too. Like, and the difference between him and Wilder was that Wilder didn't have a Customato. He never got pushed to like, yo,
that's my point though, bro. Because like, raw generational talent means nothing if you're not coachable.
Yeah.
And then if you are coachable, the standard of your coach also plays a role.
Yeah.
So Gus D'Amato never had any boxer other than Tyson, who is a fucking Titan, that actually could do his style.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Floyd Patterson was his other champion, right? Was it Floyd Patterson?
Yeah.
So.
That
Floyd Patterson was
Pretty Boy Floyd was one of his champions, I think.
I don't know. I wouldn't know.
I'm trying to think.
Certain, but it sounds familiar.
I think it was Floyd Patterson.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the last fight.
Am I tripping?
No, I don't know.
There was another fighter.
Who did Muhammad Ali take the title? Or no, This guy lost his title to somebody. Muhammad Ali beat him, and then dude tried to come back to fight Muhammad Ali. I think it was Floyd Patterson. I might be tripping.
Okay.
And forgive me if I'm butchering these names. Forgive me, y'all. Put it in the comments. What all I'm saying is that Tyson, when you listen to Tyson speak about himself during that time period of being coached, you can tell he was all in on coaching, bro. He lived at this man's house.
He was a sponge.
He woke up and ran. He questioned nothing. Yeah. He did everything. Yeah, he pushed himself.
That was like his dad,
to be completely obedient.
Yeah.
He was in submission.
Yeah.
Now, this is something me and Imani was talking about earlier because the girl made a video about submission and what it means to submit. I think that we misinterpret submission.
Yeah.
Right? Submission is someone saying, I believe in your vision and your work ethic so much that I will question nothing about where we're going.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that you're weak.
Yeah.
It doesn't. Domination is not on the other side of submission.
Yeah.
Domination is on the other side of slavery.
Yeah.
On the other side of submission is leadership.
Yeah.
You can only submit to a leader.
Yeah.
You don't submit to be dominated. That's a misconception a lot of niggas got. Dominance is not on the other side of submission. Slavery's on the other side of dominance, right? Yeah. On the other side of submission is leadership, right? And so the reason why I think Tyson was so great of a boxer was not just because of his genetics.
Yeah, it was a combo of both.
Yeah, right.
You can be a good boxer with one of those things.
Now going back to Deontay Wilder, he has the genetics.
Yeah.
Listen,
he has the genetics.
It's like I told everybody. For somebody who technically can't, who cannot box, what a lot of people look at, to knock out 41 grown men who have dedicated their lives to the sport, it says something. And it took one person who was just completely outmatched. And I'm gonna be real. Sometimes it's matchups. Like I'm watching the NBA. There's teams in the NBA right now. It's Dallas and Boston. You know what I mean? There's a lot of headlines and shit like that. But sometimes matchups make fights. They say the same thing. So a lot of times I really feel like if you don't run, for instance, I honestly feel if he runs into Anthony Joshua around that time that he lost to I'm trying to think, the chubby Mexican dude.
Diaz.
Diaz, around, yo. I feel like if he runs into him instead of Tyson Fury around that time, then you may win the fight. But matchups make fights. You ran into the worst opponent. You ran into one of the smartest heavyweights, a dude who realized, first of all, you're used to being bigger than everybody you fight. Now you're fighting a dude who has 50 pounds on you. And then he told you what he's going to do before the fight. He said, here, I'm telling you what I'm going to do. I'm going to walk in. He's going to try to swing and empty his tank because he has no stamina, and he already told you he doesn't run. Then I'm going to lean on him.
He doesn't run?
Yeah. He doesn't run. He said, then I'm going to lean on him the whole fight. I'm going to wear him down. I'm going to lean on him. And that's what he the whole fight leaned on him. 100 pounds on you, boy. Bung, bung. Leaned on him. Just wore him down. He kept trying to go for home runs. And even with that, I'll give his hand. He still managed to drop him.
Pause. He doesn't run?
He doesn't run, bro. He doesn't run.
You are a boxer
who don't run.
And you are not implementing a large part of your training program towards cardio?
Yeah. And did you see the last knockout? Yeah. Did you see the last one?
Him getting knocked out?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What are you saying to the ref, nigga? What were you saying to the ref? You in the middle of a fight. What is going on? How did nigga hit you in your face? I wish a nigga would hit me in the face. I'm turning around looking at the ref like, yo, you see him hit me in the face? He didn't even, it was the middle of the fight. What could you possibly have to say to the ref? The bell had done already. I'm so confused. What were you saying to this ref that was more important than not getting punched in your face? I'm so confused. I just don't understand.
For you to turn around and receive another mollywop.
And then you on the ground face down in some foreign country. You thought you was going to go over there over fucking
that sound like a fucking Hangover Part 4.
Nigga, you thought you was going to go overseas and you get knocked out and we're not going to see it? It's 2024, bro. We're still going to see it. I don't know what's going on. But obviously, you beat 41 pro boxers. Your potential is crazy. I don't know if you should retire or go to Pacquiao's coach.
We already identified his problem. He's not coachable.
He don't fucking listen. Yeah. You know what? I don't believe that every boxing. I don't believe that out of all the boxing coaches he had, not one of them told this nigga he hadn't run. You can't tell me that,
bro. He's not coachable.
You can't tell me that. You're not coachable.
And that's why being coachable is more important than talent.
Yeah.
Because if you can submit to the leadership of someone who knows more than you in a particular field, then you can learn that skill.
Yeah.
And then you
can't
can
get along
learn.
without it.
Mike Tyson, when I was younger, I didn't understand that the feet work and head work. Pause.
Yeah.
Let me rework that. Let me change that. Let me change that. The feet work and body movement of Mike Tyson was that. Yeah, this thing working.
That the body movement might have been.
Damn. I'm gonna say the feet work, man. The feet work. I ain't gonna add nothing else on it, man. The footwork of Mike Tyson was and is dynamic. I didn't understand that when I was younger. I didn't really understand that. When I started watching boxing again as in my like approaching adulthood, I realized like, yo, this nigga's dancing circles around people and throwing fucking tank missiles at these niggas. Yeah. He is like literally dancing. Like he's here, then he's here.
And the most remarkable
he's here, then he's there.
No, but the most remarkable thing about Mike Tyson is that he was doing that while living the fucking craziest life that you ever fucking could. There's no discipline. Once he started fighting, there was discipline early. After he started fighting, let's tell you from his own accounts, there was no discipline. Yeah. He was meeting chicks on the street, giving them 8 balls of cocaine and free Ferraris. Yeah. He was in Puerto Rico. He felt
8
bad.
balls and free Ferraris.
That's what his shit was like. Like he was living that life. He was in Puerto Rico. He didn't have no money to tip the housekeeper, so he gave her a bracelet that was worth $17,000. He said, I feel so bad. He said, here, take my bracelet. You can cash it. You should be able to get at least $17,000 for it. That's what he said in the book when he was doing the joint. I'm like,
that's you the one that put me on the autobiography.
Autobiography, bro. Crazy. Yo, Customato was a real nigga. Real nigga. Customato was putting money up for Mike. Customato started a fucking like a little stipend for Mike when he was a kid before Mike became chick, because he died before Mike seen success. So he started this shit for him, and when Mike turned 18, he had $250,000 the Customato left for him, solely in his name. Yeah. He was long gone. Mike was like, I cried like a fucking baby. He's like, even at the point I didn't need it. And I got rich. He's like, damn, this man really like thought about me like that, like his son left everything to him and shit. Like that's why. But it takes that when you get an insane athlete, you know what I mean, who's a generational athlete, and you get a mind who's coachable, who's gonna suck up on information. You get a Mike Tyson, you get a LeBron James, you get somebody that's like, damn. Not only is this nigga bigger, faster, and stronger than everybody around, but he's also smarter. Not only does this nigga hit harder than me, not only can this nigga hit harder than me, no matter what I do, he thought about this fight way more than me. So like that creates that kind of
when
crazy
you are living in ego, you are limiting your growth. When you think that you are too good to receive correction, you will be forcefully corrected by life. Yeah, life will correct you
for sure
over and over again. And I think that that's the difference. Like, so Lee, going back to the original point, I don't know how to teach coachability. I don't know that you can, but I think that that's another issue with, our young children and how we're raising them. It's like we're not even instilling. Most of us aren't instilling the seeds of coachability. Yeah, not them listening to anyone. Right. That's different from coachability. Yeah, to be coachable, a part of the requirement is to be able to identify a coach. You know what I mean? Yeah. To be able to identify when someone has the ability to give you growth, right? When you see someone that has a plan and has executed their plan, like D'Amato has 2 champions before Mike. Yeah. So it's like, okay, you didn't took somebody to the belt. Right. So I'm all in. What I gotta do? I gotta do 100 push-ups today. Yeah. Say nothing. Yeah, I've been. What there. I gotta do? I gotta run 6 miles a day. Let's go. You know what I mean?
I feel it's like experience is the only thing if you're not coachable that can teach coachability. Because the biggest example we have to look at that is with sports. Sports is one of the only things we can literally see somebody go from you keep making mistakes and you keep hitting your head where it's not a life or death situation, and they figure out how to be coachable and it gets them to a certain place. Like we're looking at certain shit now. Like certain coaches are going to get you over the top. That's one of the reasons why I love basketball, because like I know. Like, even just talking about this, it's great to see 2 black head coaches going to the NBA championship. I'll say that, too. But, like, J. Kidd, like, Luka Doncic been playing since he's been 13 years old. Right. It's the baddest white boy I've ever seen in my life. I've ever seen in my entire life. There's not anybody close. He is the baddest I've ever seen in my life. But he needed that. He talked about how much he needed Jason Kidd. Even Kyrie, how Kyrie coaches him up and shit like that. Being able to be coachable takes him to the next level. And he talks about, he's like, the key to us getting here is like, was buying into what coach said, you know?
I'm telling you.
Buying in. Being
gotta
able
be
to
coachable,
learn,
man.
You know what I mean? Because if you can't be coachable, you know who he would be? James Harden.
Whew.
Mr. I am the system.
Remember
he said, remember they was like, how do you feel about adapting to Doc's system? He said, I don't play in systems. I am the system. I said, cool. We gonna see how that works for you, bro. Because you old now. There ain't no system. If it wasn't working when you was dropping 30 and 12, my nigga, you damn sure can't be the system now. So that's what it looks like.
I am the system.
Yeah, that's what it looks like when you coachable and not coachable. When you have, you know what I'm saying, somebody who's willing to be coached. When you have a Kobe Bryant who's willing to be coached, and then you have somebody, and you have, honestly, an AI who's not.
I was just about to say that, bro.
And I hate to say it.
Literally about to say that,
who's
bro.
not. Like, it's tough. AI will say it. AI said it himself.
You know what? I know we got to wrap up. We probably got like 30 seconds left. I'm going to give you another example of coachability. I was sitting at my dad's house many, many moons ago watching a Super Bowl game of a team who, prior to that year, I forgot existed. I only remembered that they existed when I happened to scroll past them on Madden. Yeah. Forgot they even fucking existed, right? I'm watching them in the Super Bowl. It's a snowy-ass Super Bowl. Wondering how the fuck did the New England Patriots get into the Super Bowl? This team has been garbage my entire life. I didn't know they existed.
Yeah, horrible. Yeah.
And this guy, quarterback Drew Bledsoe, gets fucking injured. Mm-hmm. I'm like, oh, the game's done. Yeah. You're putting in the second string, nigga?
Yeah, it's over. Yep.
Who the fuck is Tom Brady?
Who the fuck is Tom Brady?
Tom Brady gets in the game and wins the fucking Super Bowl. Yeah. Or was that the AFC Championship?
I think that was the AFC Championship. And
then won the Super Bowl.
And then won the Super Bowl.
And I'm like, I realized that what set him apart was coachability, bro. He leaned into everything Belichick had to offer.
That motherfucker's a genius, bro. I hate him so much.
He is now. If he don't become a coach, the NFL is smoking crack. They need to do anything in their power to in the next 5 years secure him as a coach.
They do. The fact that he's out the league is crazy, but they're too worried about pleasing these young players, bro.
What you mean?
They want these young players. They're too worried about getting a coach who's actually going to coach somebody. And that's what the issue is. But a winning team, the thing is, the teams that are already winning have coaches in place that they probably don't want to get rid of. And these other teams just have bad culture, which is why they fucking losing every year. They hire coaches that players are going to like. They have fucking locker rooms that are out of control. They just have bad cultures. There's only a couple good culture teams in the NFL. There's like 5 or 6. The rest of them, the cultures are trash anyway. So Belichick, they're going to have to give him, and I think Belichick wants all the control. But if you have a nigga who done some shit 7 times that you've been trying to do the last 50 years, and it's the whole fucking point of your business, I think you give him control. Because the whole point of all of y'all business is to try to win a Super Bowl. Everybody's job's in danger if you don't do that. And only one team gets to do that. It's hard being in the NFL. Yeah. It's hard, nigga. It's hard. Because to me, like, you didn't win a Super Bowl, you technically failed. I could fire you. Yeah. That's 31 coaches, hundreds of players. I don't care
how much money the team made this season. Yeah. You ain't win the bowl.
Yeah.
And that decreases morale. That decreases, fan engagement.
If I was Jerry Jones, I'd cut the whole fucking Cowboys team. I pay y'all way too much. All of y'all. I'm cutting everybody except for Michael Parsons. Everybody else, I'm cutting everybody. I pay y'all. I understand the Dak shit. Dak been there 10 years.
Right. Man.
And the youngins is coming. Just shout out to the new generation in general and all the athletics and just in the world. They're coming. Because, Steph, Braun, KD home in the first round this year. Young Bucks. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Young Bucks taking it over. We got Luka. Yeah, we got Luka. Ant-Man just went home last round. You know what I'm saying? We got Ramadan Reed. You know what I'm saying? Coming through.
Ramadan Reed is crazy.
Listen, man. Kyrie averaged 35 during Ramadan. He wasn't eating food. Crazy. Y'all let Kyrie eat out 35 a game. He wasn't eating food. Mark Cuban said they was waiting until the sun was down. They asked Mark Cuban about it. He's like, you concerned? He said, oh, no. He's like, listen, as soon as the sun goes down, I have chefs on hand. They're waiting.
But also, all right, we're going to get into that next time.
Yeah.
And I was going to say, we're going to get into next time why doing activity fasted is not crazy.
Yeah.
It's not crazy. Like people think like,
Yeah.
oh, you didn't eat. How was you gonna play?
No, I
like,
ain't gonna lie. I live my whole. I work out hard.
Do
as
you know
fuck
when a
before I eat
hunter
in the
is the
morning.
most focused?
He's hungry.
When that nigga hungry.
It looked like it.
When that nigga hungry,
Look like it.
he's the most focused. He gonna get a body.
Yeah,
He gonna catch a body.
He catch a
Got to.
Hey, he was catching some bodies, boy.
I'm telling you.
Game tonight. Game tonight.
Woo.
That's it.
Man, hey, we appreciate.
Is it tonight?
Tonight. Game 2.
Game 2.
Celtics ran them
it's
down
Sunday.
first
It is
game.
Sunday. I've
Yeah.
been working too
Yeah,
long.
Celtics
It's
ran them
Sunday.
down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's Sunday.
Yeah, you know Luka coming back though.
Yeah, it's already.
Luka coming back.
Oh no, it's not gonna be no. It's not gonna be nothing
Luka
crazy.
they said Luka
Yeah,
from
yeah.
Harlem.
He said Luka from Harlem is crazy.
Luka be talking shit like a nigga. The one dude, he got in an argument with one dude, he come off the sideline. Luka literally just said, I ain't even do nothing. He just mad I'm busting his ass. I'm like, where is this white boy? I've never heard no one say this before.
He's in there, bro.
got
Man,
an
I
outro?
appreciate
Yeah, sure.
Appreciate y'all for joining us today and being able to tap in, add comments, like us up,
Yep.
hit the subscribe button. More on the way.
More on the way.
And as always, stay on your shit, man. Be
Yes.
coachable, man.
Yes, definitely be coachable.
Be coachable.
Definitely be coachable.
Look for the opportunity,
For
not
sure.
the guarantee, man.
For sure. If a nigga hit you in the face, do not look at the ref. Keep your eyes on him.
Do not look at the ref.
Don't look at the ref.
Cause ref gonna look back at you like, nigga, shit.
The next thing you know, you on the ground looking up at the ref.
Like, damn.
For real.
1, 2, and we out, y'all. Peace.
Peace.
Yeah,
Peace.
that was great.
I couldn't believe that shit.